Hey, welcome inside this episode of Zippity's Garage, and today we're taking a ride up to Princeton, New Jersey for Corvette Takeover number 8. So stick around. Hey, like I said, we're taking a ride up to Princeton, New Jersey, and I've returned back. It's Corvette Takeover number 8, held in conjunction with Dave from YellowVette04 and Scott from 512 Garage. So personally, I drove my C8 Z06. It was a blast driving it. First time I started this thing up in over almost a year. And last night was frantically putting a new battery in the thing, so got the car started. Even on the trickle charger, had some issues, but got that car out on the road. My neighbor Jim, my good friend Jim, we call him Mustang Jim. Not quite like neighbor Rich, but we're going to call him Mustang Jim or neighbor Jim. He has a beautiful fighter jet gray Mach 1 Mustang, and he drove my C7, followed me up behind the C5, and did a fabulous job. It's always a little nerve-wracking driving somebody else's car, but I'm going to move out here to the light, get the camera to readjust a little bit so you get some better lighting and so forth. But I've returned from the event. It was phenomenal. I don't know the exact car count, but we were certainly over 450, probably close to that 500 mark that we had been talking about. It was certainly larger than last year, which was great. You know, that's what you kind of want to do. You want to kind of build momentum on each event. And next year, we've already got plans for, not necessarily a new location, but trying to do something different out at Carnegie, because they do have other parking lots. One, they have a larger lot that was under construction this year, so we're going to look to possibly move to that larger lot next year. But it was really, really cool interacting with a lot of the fans. There was one kid, youngster, had a 2004 Corvette shirt on, and it had the commemorative edition Z06 on it. So we went over and took a picture in front of my commemorative edition Z06, with him. He had a ball out at the show. Took a bunch of pictures with him. There were other YouTubers out there covering the day, so I'll be sure to mention their channels and so forth throughout the video. And then I did get the drone up in the air, so we'll have some of that coverage. A good friend of mine, Mike Cashin from Mike Cashin Photography. Check him out on Facebook. I don't know how many hundreds of photographs he took, so we're going to try and put those photographs inside the video here, because frankly, it was busy. Dave and I, and Scott was up on stage playing music the whole time. Fabulous job with their live music. Dave and I really didn't get a chance to get out and do much coverage, and what coverage I did get was later in the day, so a lot of cars, not a lot, but some had already left. Our display worked out pretty good. Not everybody showed up, but those that did made for a great display with all the different collector's editions. We had an 82 collector's edition next to a 96 collector's edition, next to a 2017 collector's edition. We had multiple anniversary years there. C8 Z06 came out, ZR1s. We didn't have a C4. The C4 couldn't make it, but we had a C6 and we had a C7 ZR1 out there. So it was really cool. C8R, C7R didn't make it out, but Ron Fellows edition, so a couple of the tribute cars for Corvette racing as well. So all in all, it was a fabulous day. Huge thank you to Dave from YellowVette04, Scott from 512 Garage, and huge shout out to some of the different clubs that came out. My local club, the original Garden State Corvette Club, we had probably 30, maybe 35 members out there. Unbelievable. That's almost 40% of our membership was out at this one show. Then different Facebook groups. Corvette on Patrol was out there. There's a C5 owners, C8 Z06 owners group on Facebook. They came rolling in with about 30 cars, and the way they came in, they had all the black cars, then all the yellow cars, then all the red cars. So it really, really made for a cool entrance. They kind of did a parade around the perimeter of the place, and then we got them all parked together. So all in all, fabulous event. Thank you to everybody that came out. And let's get on with the video, guys. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and there is a big announcement that we drop in the video as well. So without any further ado, let's head up to Princeton. Thanks. Zippity's Garage out at Corvette Takeover number 8. And we've got the 512 Garage band on stage. They're out there rocking it out. Say hi, guys. They're doing their thing. they've got their drone in the air covering it as well. My drone was in the air. I'm gonna walk out of the way of the music, but it's a great day in Princeton today. 512 Garage, YellowVette04 and myself kind of put this thing together. We got pizza truck out here. We got Breaks and Briskets, a car club that does barbecue. We've got Tunnels to Towers Foundation out here today. So they're out here doing things today, raising money. That's who we're raising money for today. A nice 911 tribute car. East Coast Supercharging is in the house. Chris and Doug are back there. Here's a Lingenfelter supercharger on top of a C8. Says a supercharger won't fit in one of these things. Plus they're doing turbos. Original Garden State Corvette Club, they're out here today. My local club. We brought 30 some odd cars out here. Then we've got the National Corvette Caravan is out here from the Atlantic Division. You know, giving out information, selling hats, t-shirts. There's Bruce's beautiful 1967 convertible. Big motor underneath. Sioka is out here with their pace car from the SCCA, and they are promoting the fact that you can win a Corvette. They have a build your own 2LT Corvette raffle sweepstakes going on. I'll put information on that below. Here is the one and only, at least one and only that I've seen, C8 Z06 that made it out here to the takeover. So carbon ceramic brakes, Z07. See all the carbon up front, all the carbon on the mirror, side skirts. Beautiful car, white convertible, done up with the black nacelles, black exhaust tips, carbon fiber on the rear wing. Really like how this thing is all set up with the carbon flash on the nacelles, the roof, and he's got the window tinted, red interior on that one. Beautiful spec on that Z06. And then we've got cars galore parked along here. If you're familiar with the area, get a couple drone shots. We have filled both of the parking lots that have got the solar panels. This lot here, and then the secondary lot all the way over on the other side. So we'll be sure to capture more from the Corvette Takeover here today.
This is Corvette Takeover number 8. We used to do 2 of them every year. Now we just do 1 because it's a lot of work to put this together. And so we really appreciate you coming out. We appreciate the weather gods agreeing with this date. We did not have a rain date. So, and then last year we brought Jeff on board to help us out because, you know, we don't know how to scale a Corvette show or a Corvette meetup, and this guy does. So we're thankful to have him and, of course, his Corvette Club. Jeff, you want to say a couple words?
Sure, thank you guys. But thank you to everybody that came out here today. It's unbelievable to see this many folks out. And to your point, we've really scaled this thing, Scott, with the food, the vendors, the charity that's out here today. But it's really all about the owners that come out to this thing. So one of the big announcements that we also want to make is, I think, okay, the Trailhawk was leaving. One of the big announcements, this is probably one of the top 3 largest Corvette-only events in the state. Ocean City, New Jersey gets 450 Corvettes. The Kerbeck / now Sioka Toys for Tots event, that gets about 400 or 500, and I think we're probably about that number here today as well. But a big announcement about that Sioka Toys for Tots run. This year, not only is it going to be the Corvette Caravan down the Atlantic City Expressway, but there's also going to be a car show component to it as well. Not just for Corvettes, but for all General Motors powered vehicles. We're going to have a car show tied into that event. Still working out the details with Sioka, but you know, just wanted to get the word out to everybody here this afternoon. Scott and Dave, this is just an unbelievable event. Thank you to all the members of my local club, the Original Garden State Corvette Club. We brought our trailer out here today for display. I think we rolled in with about 30 members. And thank you for everybody that came out with the specialty car displays, whether it's the pace cars, the commemorative editions, the anniversary cars. Really cool display. And I think that was, Dave, I think that was your idea?
Yeah. Some of it was you, though.
But like I said, it was just a really nice time. And a little bit of breaking news. I've got a video that's set to debut later today, but I kind of wanted to put the breaking news out here from the stage at Corvette Takeover. A little bit of news about Zippity's Garage on what's coming into the garage. The cars are staying the same, but you are now looking at the newest Corvette sales specialist from Sioka Corvette in Atlantic City. So in the past, I've helped you spec out your Corvette. Now I can sell you a Corvette. So on May 1st, I start my new job. I will be working full-time down at C8 in Atlantic City as their Corvette specialist. So when you're ready for a C8, come and see me, brothers and sisters. We'll take care of you, new and used, down in Atlantic City. So that was my breaking news here from the Corvette Takeover. So thanks, guys.
Dave, do you have a couple words you want to say?
Just make sure you check out Gianetto's Pizza over here. They got an 8.1 from Dave Portnoy's. What do you want to bring this down?
Take one slice.
Yeah, one slice. Everybody knows the rules, 8.1. And then also Brakes and Briskets. So let's check them out as well.
All right, so as promised, the live band is now off stage with a DJ playing some music, so try and get out of their way. But we're going to start walking around the parking lot, but Ralph from another YouTuber's here. So how are you, sir?
Mount Joy, Pennsylvania.
Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. So you had a little bit of a drive to get down here today. So,
but that's because I watched your channel and the information from your channel put me in a position to say, forget the rain,
I got you.
forget the rain, I'm coming anyway.
Awesome.
And I'm happy I came. I can't believe the turnout.
Yeah, great turnout. So
absolutely.
Sax Cars and No More Cigars. What's the channel all about? What's it about?
It's about car reviews. It's about saxophone. I play the saxophone a little bit. But unfortunately, I can't smoke cigars anymore. So that's why Sax Cars, No More Cigars.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
Everybody's got a reason for the channel. So hey, we appreciate you coming out today. So give him a subscribe.
Thank you.
Get over and check the channel out. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for saying hi. So like we said, we've got a pizza shop out here today, and these guys got a crazy high score on the one slice challenge from Dave Portnoy. So cars are starting to leave, but that being said, I still want to kind of go over some of the vehicles that are still here. And if you didn't hear the breaking news, I think we put it up on the, I'm not sure where I'm going to put it in, but from the stage here out at the Corvette Takeover, I announced my new career. I am now going to be the newest Corvette specialist, newest Corvette salesman down at C8 Corvette in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So I'm super excited to be starting that next chapter of my career. So come find me at C8 in Atlantic City. So with that said, this is Dave's car from YellowVette04. It's a 04 coupe done up in Millennium Yellow. And then this is Scott's. It's a fixed roof coupe. Not sure the year. I think 01 perhaps, because I think that may be the only year they did the fixed roof coupe. And then here's a Grand Sport done up with the whole wide body. And again, this is what he used to advertise the 512 garage channel and so forth. It's a website, check it out, Corvette parts and things of that nature. And here's my car. This is my 04 commemorative edition. You can see the Zippity's Garage logo on it. And at some point here, I'll do a review of my, the entire car itself, but it's pretty wild. All carbon fiber Alcantara inside. And if the camera will adjust to the light, I'm gonna let it go inside. My headliner matches the stripes. So custom Alcantara colored headliner to match the stripes. So full carbon fiber and Alcantara and leather everywhere you can see it. So decided to have some fun with that interior. Original owner of this car. And then this is my 2019 3LT Z51 magnetic ride car, shadow gray with the spice red interior. Not as crazy on the carbon fiber, but a little bit on the door sills. Did the carbon fiber dash, steering wheel, airbag cover, and a little bit more red leather on the shifter and so forth. But I love this car. It's my daily driver, and it's getting dirty and covered in pollen right now. You can see it's all logoed up for the Caravan. But here, we've got a bunch of the early cars. Not all of our specialty cars showed up, so we started parking some of the older cars here. And a couple of them left, but that's all right. It's a little later in the day. So we had, imagine a blue C7 ZR1 here. That was here earlier. Here we've got a 6th gen ZR1. This one, it's got close to over 100,000 miles on it. A friend of mine's car. Really, really nice. Carbon 65. This is, trying to think, it is a Grand Sport. And not a lot of people know this, but the 65 in the Carbon 65, that refers to the 65th anniversary of the Corvette. So that's what the 65 refers to in Carbon 65. This is a Mazda that is here with Brakes and Brisket, part of the food vendor. This is a Ron Fellows, Janet, friends of mine. You guys are gonna be on camera real quick. So Janet and Rich, hello dear, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. I'm a friend of mine, Rich. How are you guys?
You got both wheels out there?
You got both cars out here today, so it was a little tricky getting them here. But it's good to have a neighbor. My buddy Jim, didn't tow one behind each other. But let me keep shooting and I'll catch up with you guys. So, friends of mine, Corvette owners, this is a buddy of mine's car, Ron Fellow Z06. Really cool car to commemorate what Corvette racing did back in 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, and 06 manufacturers championships from the GT1. And the owner sitting behind the car here, he's not going to mind me doing this, but what makes it cool is it's got a Ron Fellows autograph under the center console. Very cool. Thank you, Bart. I took a picture. I got the autograph. Yep. So good buddy of mine. Love his car. C8 R edition. This is the hypersonic gray. This is the number 4 car. They also did this up in yellow, which was the number 3 car, but we didn't see one here today. Check him out, JP Industry. And then let's see, he's got the motor displayed. Really, really nice. Now we've got collector's editions. We had 3 of them in a row, but one of them is left. This is the 17 collector's edition, which is done up as the Grand Sport, with the Watkins Glen Gray, tension blue interior. And if you ask me, this is the correct interior with the competition seats. And he's got a little mini-me there, and he's got the correct transmission in this car. Back up, we've got a 96 collector's edition. So this was back in 1996. Offered as a collector's edition. You could get 2 different motors in this. You could get the LT1, which is what is in this particular one, but then they also offered this with the LT4, which was the Grand Sport motor. So unfortunately we don't have the Grand Sport here. Like I said, we have the 17, the 96, and we had an 82 collector's edition here, but it's not here right now. But this 427, 435 is nothing to sneeze at. Thanks for bringing it out today, guys. Looks really, really nice. And then we've got a couple, let's see. We're gonna cruise down. We got some more anniversary stuff down here. So we've got a 60th anniversary done up as the 427 convertible. So again, pretty unique car in the fact it's called the collector's edition 427 under the hood, manual transmission with the convertible, manual, and then the stripe package that goes along the entire length of the car. Then you've got a 2003 50th anniversary, and let's see, we do have a 70th here as well, which I'll get on camera. But this anniversary red was done up with the shale interior. This was available as a Cooper convertible back in 2003. You can see the emblem there. And then here we have our generation display. Again, a little broken up being that it's a little bit later in the day, but imagine a C1 in this parking spot. Buddy of mine, Jeff, brought his C1 out. We got a beautiful C2 that's here, then a chrome bumper C3, C4, and this is an early one because it's got, you can see here, it's got the high mount brake light up on the rear window. So this is an earlier C4. Don't know the exact year on this one. Our C5 already departed for the day. Here's our C6, unique color in the fact that it's, see, it's a C6. The C5 was right there. So this is our C6 done up in the hypersonic blue. And we've got a couple other blue generations here. So you've got the C7 out, and this one is really special in my heart, and I'm allowed to do these because I built these seats. This is my old seat. I had made some competition seats and swapped out the Alcantara to blue and put it in my Z06, and I just sat too high in the car. So I ended up selling those seats, and now I get to see them at car shows. It makes me cry a little bit every time I see it. And then we've got the Rapid Blue C8 out here as well. Buddy of mine's car with the tension blue interior. Really nice. And it's really an eye catcher with that yellow accents on it. I wanted to show you this car. It's a buddy of mine's car, Randy. Just took delivery of it not too long ago. So this is his second C8. He spec'd this one out in yellow with red accents, and it's got the Corvette Racing, Stingray R package on it. But what he's done is with the red interior, you can see the red interior with the yellow seat belts, but where he's really amped it up with some customization and color is he spoke with Jeff Nowicki from Nowicki, I think it's Nowicki Designs, but this carbon fiber has a red weave into it. So when this is out in the sunlight, you know, here we're under the solar panels, so, and the sun's not really out right now, it's kind of overcast, but you can see all this red in the carbon fiber. And you know, by his description, he goes, when this thing's out in the sunlight, these are like small little red LED lights. That's how much these things really pop. So again, that's what's really cool about this takeover, is you never know what you're going to see with all the different owners and what they've done for the customization on their car. So again, anywhere you would have seen the carbon flash, he's got this red carbon fiber on the high wing, the vent, you know, everything on the boomerang, rockers, the front spoiler. Really, really cool. And it sounds amazing with the AWE exhaust on it. Even the rear diffuser is done up in this red carbon fiber. So Randy did a really nice job of customizing this beautiful, beautiful Stingray convertible. So Dave and Jeff out here at the Corvette Takeover. Dave, what do you think of today?
Man, it was an awesome day. Obviously awesome Corvettes, perfect weather. I know the weather probably kept some people away from up north, but you missed out because the weather today was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, not too sunny. You know, it's warm, but it's nice and overcast right now, so it's cool. There's a nice breeze. So when you started this thing at Jimmy's Sports Bar 8 years ago, what, 20 cars showed up?
Yeah, like 25 to 30. Now we had what, like 450?
Yeah, we haven't put an exact number on it, but we're thinking it was around 450, close to 500 cars is kind of what our, you know, goal was. And that's Scott over on stage. He's got the 512 garage. Band still rocking out, so we're moving out of the way because we are in the way of traffic, but that's all right. Thanks for coming, guys. So just wanted to say quick thank you. We're not planning on a fall takeover,
no.
But for fall events, you've got the Sioka Corvettes Toys for Tots run down the Atlantic City Expressway, and this year there's going to be an all GM show worked into that. So Corvette show and a General Motors. So bring out your Camaros, your Chevelles, anything made by General Motors. And then later on in the year is my local club's show down in Smithville, outside Atlantic City, the third Sunday in October. And like I said, if you missed the breaking news coming out of today, I am Sioka Corvette's newest Corvette salesman. So come see me in Atlantic City. But for now, thank you for watching, and thanks for coming out to Corvette Takeover number 8. On behalf of Dave, YellowVette04, and Scott, 512 Garage, who's still rocking out over on stage, thank you to all the viewers, and thank you to everybody that came out here today.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.